What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. I'm going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. Had to take my car to the shop. I told you guys that earlier when we were covering the press briefing and all of that. I don't know why it had to take all day. It was $1,091. And I didn't even fix all the problems I actually knew was wrong with the car. It fucking sucks. And they fucked me over for the whole day. I couldn't go to the post office because they had my car. And then they told me they were going to bring me my car. They were going to come get me. And I'd be able to go to the post office. But then they didn't come get me for an hour and a half, which I also wasn't putting the schedule together because I was ready to be picked up for an hour and a half. And, I mean, I just got fucked. I just been fucked today. I should have wore lipstick and a dress. So, anyways, that happened, and now I'm poor, and I don't know what's going to happen next. I've been living off a credit card for a week, and I just maxed it out, and so now I don't have money for anything. Anyways, we'll be starting off with this first video here. House returns for vote at the end of government shutdown after nearly 2 months away, and sometime around now they're supposed to be voting to reopen the government. I don't think they've done it quite yet. That's why we're going to start with that video. Then we got a video titled President Trump defends need for skilled foreign workers with the H-1B visa. It became controversial because of the way he worded everything, but he kind of made it sound like we don't have enough talented Americans to fill the jobs needed, so we need talented workers from outside the country to fill job demand, which doesn't sound very good. I don't know if it's true or not because people are fucking stupid, but I don't know. It didn't sound very good, and so President Trump is kind of getting some blowback for it. Then we got a video titled, Does Trump Have a Defamation Case Against BBC? Because BBC put out a documentary, and the documentary had a clip of President Trump from the J6 that was called the Freedom March or something like that before they called it J6, but they manipulated the footage. We've seen it on lefties losing it once or twice, and so President Trump's considering going after them for doing that, which it's interesting because it's an international case because the BBC is from the UK. Then we got a video titled Gerald Ford Aircraft Carrier Strike Group Moves into Latin America. This is to scare away those drug boats. We'll see if it actually works. And then we got our midlife break or funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Blue Team Blues. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled Nome announces major migrant sex predator bust. They busted more than 150 sex offenders out there. Then we got a video titled Alleged Epstein emails Trump knew about the girls. I don't know. They're trying to say that this is incriminating somehow, but everything they show you just mentions Trump. It doesn't say, no, don't put it in her, Trump. Like, it doesn't say anything like nefarious at all. It's just like, hey, I know this guy Trump. Oh no. Like, we already know this information, but either way, it's in the news. Then we got a video titled California law puts mentally ill back on the streets and the public in danger. California is a fucking threat to the rest of the country. I don't know if we should make that a part of Mexico again or what, but it's not helping us. It's cancer at this point. Then for the last little bit of the news, we got lefties losing it, and today is titled CBS calls violent Antifa riot mostly peaceful, but that's not breaking news. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne, and we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled A Little Accident. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled We're Having Tunnel Sandwiches Tonight. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Zero? What's up, Snooks? And what's up, Russell? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Snooks, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing in the chat there, Snooks. What's up, Jay Tyler? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Culty? Happy freedom. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Major? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Toast? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom. Let me see. Scrolling through here. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Guess I'm your omnipresent. Appreciate you. I think we got everybody. Make sure you hooligans hit that like button if you haven't already. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. I think I'm getting sick, too. I feel like I'm getting a chest cold. Life's fucking hard, man. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Tony Rich? What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on the GoofTube? Anna Kims, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Shanti? Happy freedom. Cheeky Chops, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, DP? Happy freedom to you. Guess I'm here omnipresent. What's up, Wayne? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy freedom to you. Salty Ginger, I think you wrote me on Discord. I will get back to you. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on X? Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with this first video here. House returns for vote to end the government shutdown after nearly 2 months. Now they say like 2 months away. I don't know. It's worded fucked. But either way, sometime around now, they're supposed to be voting on whether or not they're going to open up the government. I don't know if they're showing that shit live or not. But either way, they got some sort of agreement that they're going to be voting on. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Oh, I got to remind you guys. I'll remind you next. Either way, hit that like button and let's get into this.
Day 43 of the longest government shutdown in U.S. history may be in its last day.
Well, that's right. The Senate funding deal is heading to a final vote in the House this evening. And as Natalie Brand explains, even though Democratic leaders remain opposed, Republicans are confident it's going to pass.
What we always do.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's optimistic ahead of tonight's vote to reopen the government.
We're very optimistic about the vote tally tonight. We think this is going to happen, and we're sorry that it took this long.
The Senate-passed deal made it through the House Rules Committee on a party-line vote early Wednesday morning.
Democrats thought this political stunt would give them leverage. They used the American people as leverage, and for what? Really? So big insurance companies can continue collecting big payouts.
Republicans on the committee rejected Democratic amendments, including one to extend the Enhanced Affordable Care Act health subsidies Democrats have been demanding.
This should be something that Republicans should have come and negotiated with us, but they wouldn't do that.
As House members race to return to Capitol Hill,
I'm on my way to D.C.
Some are finding creative ways to get back amid airport snarls, including Wisconsin Congressman Derek Van Orden riding 950 miles on his Harley. Even with an end in sight, the question remains how long before government functions can return to normal. Air travelers are expecting another day of delays, and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says it's still too early to know when flight reductions at major airports could be lifted.
We're going to wait to see the data on our end before we take out the restrictions in travel, that 6% we have in place right now. But it depends on controllers coming back to work.
Duffy says air traffic controllers will start getting paid within 24 to 48 hours of the government reopening. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And the Supreme Court is extending the pause on a judge's ruling ordering the administration to pay full SNAP benefits ahead of tonight's vote. Now, the shutdown is still causing backups at Tampa International Airport, and giving you a live look right now. The big board shows 15 delays and 17 cancellations. That is an increase from this morning. And as always, check with your airline before you head to the airport.
All right. So like I said, they could be voting on this right this moment. They're saying 43 days of the government being shut down. The House is expected to vote right around now, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see if the government opens back up. They say that there will still be airline delays, but people should start getting paid within the next 24 hours after the government opens back up. We won't know until they vote, though. Next up, President Trump defends need for skilled foreign workers with the H-1B visa. Now, like I said, I don't think he meant anything bad by this, but the way he worded everything made it seem like we don't have enough skilled Americans to fill the job demand, so we have to go outside of the country to get the needed skilled workers, and I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all, but that's what it sounded like, and people are pissed about it. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the government shutdown and whether or not they're voting. They could be voting right now. I have no idea. Zero, what color will Rita be wearing today? I can't even remember if Rita's even there today. Let me see. I cannot remember. It is Rita today, but I'm not going to spoil it. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom. So Sly Dog, happy freedom to you. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. MU, President Trump's supposed to go live. Every time I play Trump or the White House, nobody ever shows up. I don't know if we should play this or not. I don't want everybody to leave. The White House isn't live right now, but Rest at Broadcasting is.
That continue to vote.
He's not supposed to be live for another 30 minutes. It says he's hosting a private dinner. I don't really know what that means, but we'll just pull this over to the side and we'll see what happens. What's up, War Dog? Happy freedom. Ghostly, the H-1B shit pisses me off. Yeah. Yeah, it's just them making money. That's all it is. That's why I think it's weird that the way the President Trump worded it, like I'm saying, he worded it like there's not enough, like Americans aren't good enough to fill the job demand. So we got to have outsiders come in and do it. And I don't believe in that at all. But I think he has an obligation to defend the H-1B stuff or whatever because they've already, made announcements that they're doing it and they're backing it and it's good, it's great, it's the best ever, it's the best that's ever been done. And so he's obligated to back it, and I think he just didn't have a little speech all ready to go, and so he just kind of said whatever came to mind, and like I said, it's pretty controversial right now. Guess it's because we did updates. You had to clear the cache because your browser's trying to pull the site the way it was, and that's why it was doing that. Ghostly, we have plenty of vets that are more than able to work a skilled job. Yeah, well, and then the way when he uses an example of a skilled job, he uses the example of making missiles. And why would we want outsiders to come to our country to make weapons like that? Like that doesn't sound good at all. But, like I said, it's coming up next. What's up, Southern Eagle Man? Happy freedom to you. Rich, everybody's taking 2 to 3 minutes to say their piece before they vote. Could take all night. Oh, it could be a late night? Yeah. Nah, I wasn't really worried about covering it live because I know how those people are. They just do a lot of talking. Lots and lots of talking. Maybe we'll figure out tomorrow if they open up the government. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. Agent O, $2.49 for gas. That's badass. It's $2.89 here, or $2.98. I don't know. You got to ask my dyslexia. All right, hooligans. We're going to move forward here. Like I said, next up, President Trump defends the need for skilled foreign workers with the H-1B visa. Like I said, I don't know that he intended to kick the hornet's nest. Actually, we got the wrong video here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. We might end up getting stuck with this, which will be fine if we have to, but I think I wrote down the wrong link here. Just a second. I gotta find out next. Just a moment. Come on, show me the damn video. I think this will do. This isn't the exact one that I found, but I'm having a hard damn day today. So we'll just go ahead and do this. Like I said, this is President Trump defending the need for skilled foreign workers with the H-1B visa. Now, the way he responds to this has created a controversial moment. So now people are kind of pissy about it. Hit that like button before we get into this. Also, I want to remind you guys we have these Hooligan Love t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair because Alistair is badass. And I will be dropping, I already dropped his link in the chat. You guys should go check out his page. He's fantastic, and you have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs because if you think it, he can create it. We have a ton of new designs, tons of new items over on the merch store. Go to jeffmaclive.com/shop and go check out all the cool stuff. Either way, like I said, hit that like button and let's get into this.
Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put you.
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
I'll
give you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing. It's very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
Okay. So people are kind of mad about that. I don't really give a shit about anything, really, but some people are mad about this. Some are saying this is a rough take. President Trump trying to defend the H-1B visas, but it doesn't go smoothly, creating controversy. He says that we don't have enough talented workers here in the U.S., and that we need skilled foreign workers to fill the job demand. And they suggest things like building batteries, I assume for EVs, and building missiles. And so I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to bring outsiders in to do that kind of stuff. I think they need to train Americans to do it. There's plenty of us here. So I don't know. I could understand why it's controversial, but I don't know why they care so much about this H-1B stuff, unless it's really just all about the money, which I'm sure it is. They make like $1,000 for each one of those visas. Either way, next up, does Trump have a defamation case against the BBC? Like I mentioned earlier, the BBC released a documentary. It had a clip of J6. They manipulated that video of President Trump during J6 to make it seem like he incited an insurrection, which he didn't. So President Trump is going after them. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you Hooligans think about President Trump defending this H-1B visa. Russell, Trump's not wrong. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to work with a bunch of people that don't speak English and they're not from here and they could have ill intentions, I guess that's better than training an American to just do the job, but it's not how I feel. Saturagoo, stop teaching kids to put stuff up their butts and teach them to build stuff. Yeah, that, I mean, you know, that sounds like an idea. Kevin, I say we riot. I can. I need a nap or something. I feel sick as shit at this point. I don't have enough energy to riot. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kane? Happy freedom. Major put the EBT warriors to work. I bet they'd figure out how to make batteries real quick. Sly Dog, batteries are production work with many simple tasks. Yeah, a lot of factories are like that. This is press buttons, move the part, put a new part in, press the button. It's, you know, it's fairly simple. What's up, Dennis? Happy freedom. Trump is not a good messenger. Yeah, like I said, I don't think he meant for that to be a controversial moment. I think he was just feeling the obligation of having to defend the visa because they already said it was a good idea. So he has to keep saying it's a good idea. And I think he just didn't have anything ready. He didn't have a little ball of something to hand her, so he just went off the cuff, and I think it just didn't land very well. Oh, well, thank you, Too Old to Care. Really appreciate it. Sly Dog, the J6 video had major manipulation with cuts and clips and pieced together. Why didn't they just use AI to lie? Because then they wanted to say that it was authentic, that the clips in it were authentic, and they were. They just were cut. They were cut and pasted. It was authentic clips that were manipulated together. Because they're a bunch of liars. Stoner, I'm too poor to riot. Our side needs some of that Soros type money. Something. That's how I feel too. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach what just happened to my car. Like, I hate that so much. I went there to get an oil change. I need a new transmission. I need brakes all the way around. That together is $2,100. I know I need that stuff, and I can't afford it. I almost couldn't afford rent last month. The only reason I was able to was because of you guys. And so I went in there to do that. They're like, by the way, both your CV axles are blown, the boots are torn, and it is unsafe to drive this vehicle. You need this shit replaced. And I was like, okay, well, we didn't have warranty on that, but I got warranty on all this other stuff. They're like, okay, we'll bring it back next week. It's going to cost you $1,000. I went and got a new credit card because I don't have any money. And I just spent $1,091 to fix my car for things that I didn't even know were wrong. So shit that I couldn't even tell was wrong with the car. So I just gave them all the money I don't have to get my car back running the way I left it because I couldn't tell that any of that shit was fucked up. So I gave them all the money I have, and I still need a new transmission and new fucking brakes. And it's like, I need my teeth cleaned. I got bills to pay. Now I'm feeling sick. It's just like bang, 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 reload, bang, bang, bang. Fuck. Life is so fucking stupid. Anyways, waiting on President Trump to show up. 10 minutes until he's expected on stage. I got this pulled up. If he goes live, we'll go ahead and put him on the stage. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and move forward. Next up, does Trump have defamation case against the BBC? But first, we're going to read through the chat. What are you guys talking about over here? Stoner, I need that $2,000 Trump. Hurry up bad. Yeah, I was thinking that too, but we got a long ways. It'll probably be summer before we ever see those checks. Congress has to pass the checks. Why would Congress pass the checks? I don't think they will. I just don't. I don't think Congress will give us the checks. But that has to happen. And then SCOTUS has to rule on the tariffs. Because if SCOTUS rules on the reciprocal tariffs and says that they're illegal and that we need to undo that, not only do we have to undo it, but we have to pay back all the money. So it's going to be, how much ever money it is, like $900 billion or some shit that we've retrieved from tariffs, we'll have to give that back. Our checks comes from that money. So if SCOTUS rules against the tariffs, we're not getting checks. If Congress does not approve the checks, we're not getting the checks. So like I said, it'll probably be summertime before we ever hear about those checks. I hate it. And that merch store still owes me $1,000. I don't know. I need a place to fix the car. I need tools to fix the car. I need time to fix the car. And I don't have any of those things. Kevin, you'll be okay, buddy. You have to have faith. God takes care of the birds. He'll take care of you too. I yelled at God the other day and he almost fucking killed me in a car crash. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, you don't have to fix my life. Just don't fucking kill me yet. I don't want to die. I want to be dead. Is there a way to do that? Can we skip the one part and get to the next one? Major, we don't want anything from the gov besides for them to leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, Major, that's how I feel too. Just leave me alone. That's why I pay taxes. I tell my tax guy, I'm like, give them extra. He's like, we can't. They'll fine us. I'm like, just ask them what they want and then give them everything they want. Because I want to go the next year without them messing with me. He's like, all right. Shit, we'll have to be doing that pretty soon. A couple more months, be doing fucking taxes again. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. Thank you so much, Rich. And thank you so much, Southern Eagleman, for the bits over on Twitch. Really appreciate you, hooligans. Thank you so much for the support. And thank you so much, Southern Eagleman, for gifting a sub over on Twitch. You're badass, Southern Eagleman. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Mana. Nick, it's not about learning about cars. It's about not having a place to work on cars. It'll literally make me homeless. If they go outside and they see me sitting there in front of that Subaru with the hood open, homeless. That's how it goes. It's breaking my lease. I'm not allowed to work on my car on the property. What's up, Frank? Happy freedom. right, hooligans, let's move forward here. Like I said, does Trump have a defamation case against the BBC? I think he does, but what's really weird is that it's an international situation. Now, according to their law, President Trump can't bring a suit, but according to our laws, he can. So, like I said, it's kind of weird because it's international. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out. As we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this polled up. President Trump versus the BBC. We'll load up GoofTube. All right, hooligans. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
They actually changed my January 6th speech.
President Trump is threatening to sue the BBC for at least $1 billion, claiming a documentary deceptively edited his January 6th speech. He says the October 2024 BBC Panorama episode made it look like he incited the Capitol riot, and now wants the BBC to retract the episode or face legal action.
Well, I think I have an obligation to do it because you can't allow people to do that.
Here is what's interesting. Trump plans to sue in Florida, not the UK. Why? Well, because the UK law requires defamation cases to be filed within a year of a statesman's publication. And that's already passed. The US also offers the potential for much bigger damages. Last year, he sued CBS in a case which settled for $16 million. The case may hinge on whether people were able to watch the documentary in Florida and if they felt misled. While the documentary wasn't aired in the US, it was available online. To win, Trump's lawyers must prove the documentary was false, defamatory, or that the defendant recklessly disregarded the truth. But the BBC has strong defenses. US free speech protections are robust, and they can argue the documentary is substantially true. Florida law also allows dismissal of defamation lawsuits that have no merit. If Trump pursues the $1 billion claim, it's seen as a starting point for negotiations. The final amount, if any, would be decided by a judge or a jury.
Okay. So we'll see how this goes. They talk a lot about how the stuff would go over there, but they can't even do court over there because they only have a year to do it, and the documentary is from 2024 and it's already beyond a year. So he can't even bring the suit over to the UK. That has to be done in our court system. So everything they said about the UK's shit and free speech, blah, blah, which is funny coming from those people, that shit doesn't even matter because the case will be held here. So their laws don't even fucking matter in this situation. Now, that is great and all, but at the same time, they're saying that the BBC is claiming that everything in the documentary is factual. And like I said before, it is authentic. It's just not in its entirety. It's been cut up and pieced together, which is really old tactics. That's what they used to do to President Trump back in 2016. They'd take every other word he said and then copy and paste it all together to make it sound like he said something he didn't say at all, just by piecing it all together. And so this is kind of an old thing that they're doing, an old trick in their book. But they might actually win the case because they can say they didn't do anything to the footage. They just cut it and put it together. But he actually said those words, which he did. He just didn't say in that order. So then they have to prove there's defamation. Well, that'll be hard to prove considering that they've been screaming insurrection for the last 6 years or whatever it's been. You know, so they can't really say, oh, well, the BBC's documentary directly hurt President Trump's, income and stuff like that, because they're saying the same thing that the White House was saying, that the J6 committee was saying, that MSNBC's been saying for years, that CNN's been saying for years. So although from the perspective of the truth, yes, that is a defamation case. They're making him look bad, making him look like he said things he didn't say. But as far as proving that to the public, it'll be hard to prove because the news and everybody else, including the White House and the Biden administration, has been saying all this shit for years. So they're not going to be able to prove that the BBC documentary directly hurt President Trump because they're just saying the same shit everybody else has been saying for years. So I kind of think he's not going to win that $1 billion lawsuit, but, that's just my opinion. We all know how it should go, but because the world's so fucked up, I don't know that they'll be able to prove that. Either way, next up, Gerald Ford Aircraft Carrier Strike Group moves to Latin America. This is to help stop the drug boats. We'll see how it goes. This got blue team real scared because they think we're going to war. We might. We'll see. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this defamation lawsuit against the BBC. Zero, it's authentic but not truthful. Yeah. Russell, the BBC's going to end up paying for the Trump library? Maybe, if they can prove it. What's up, JF? Happy freedom. British is getting the BBC for sure. Yeah, they love it. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Major, they were all mad over Trump's erection. Had them scared. They thought it was their final days. Jeff, I only need one $16 million lawsuit. I just need $1 million lawsuit. I don't even really need that much. If I could find $100,000, I could probably hit millions. Dennis, when they start making America great again, instead of all this offshore shit, you'll have doll hair. You'll have dog hairs. Yeah, I need the doll hairs. What's up, Nuggin Futz? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Ridge? Happy freedom. What's up, TBD? Happy freedom to you. Nuggin Futz, if BBC wants to enjoy American markets, they must have registered U.S. offices and representatives to receive process servers, notification of litigation. Yeah, I was thinking that too. If they're broadcasting here, then they have to be established here to some degree. Because if President Trump lost the lawsuit, he probably could turn around and ban them and just be like, well, fine, your shit's not allowed here then. You want to be lying on your stuff, you ain't gonna be lying to the Americans. What's up, K Walt? Happy freedom. What's up, Too Real? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Frank? Happy freedom to you. Saldaregu, do not Google BBC. You can, but you need to do it in the images only. Well, President Trump expected on stage any minute now. I got this pulled up, but he's usually late. So whenever he gets on stage, we'll go ahead and put him on. Otherwise, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, Gerald Ford Aircraft Carrier Strike Group moves into Latin America. Now, they keep saying that they're just going after the drug boats. They're not actually planning military action in Venezuela or wherever it is. But moving these boats around and stuff has people on edge. So people are feeling some type of way because they keep thinking that President Trump's going to take us to war, which is funny after 4 years of dealing with Biden. But that's okay. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
The Gerald Ford Aircraft Carrier Strike Group has moved into the Latin American region, escalating a military buildup that has deepened tensions with Venezuela and Colombia.
NBC's Richard Engel reports from Bogota.
The Trump administration has now dramatically escalated its military buildup in Latin America, with the Pentagon announcing that the USS Gerald Ford has now arrived in the region. The Gerald Ford, which has about 4,000 sailors on board, many tactical aircraft, other accompanying warships, is joining an armada that is already here, including a nuclear submarine, including about 10,000 soldiers that have been pre-positioned in the area. According to the Pentagon, this is aimed at countering narcotics, and the U.S. military has already attacked about 20 different boats and one improvised submarine, alleging that they were carrying drugs destined for the United States. But this is far more firepower than is needed to attack a few alleged drug smuggling boats, which is why many in this region are wondering if the ultimate goal is regime change in Venezuela. And the Venezuelan government has already responded, announcing that Venezuela is now on a state of high alert and that the country has mobilized 200,000 soldiers to defend against what it is calling imperial threats. Richard Engel, NBC News, Bogota, Colombia.
Okay. So like I said, it doesn't seem like a big deal from our end. We're just moving a boat out there. But on their end, they're going to do a state of emergency. They're saying that the aircraft carrier has about 4,000 soldiers on board, and we've moved it near Latin America. The Pentagon says that this presence is to counter drug boats and drug smuggling in general. Venezuela is now in a state of high alert. I don't know what they're going to do. We just moved a small continent outside of their home, but, you know, they go ahead and be on alert if they want to. I don't know what they're going to do. Not a whole lot. Next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Blue Team Blues. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this aircraft carrier going down to Latin America. Zero, it's going to look scary, but we will be okay. Why are they flying a blue and yellow flag? I have no idea. I assume everything will be fine. Jeff, it's probably more about China and the deep state than Venezuela or Colombia. Yeah, I think so too. Because they're not very clear about the whole drug boat stuff. Like, yeah, we're smoking the drug boats and they got drugs on the boats. And that all makes sense. But how long are we going to do that? We just going to hang out in the ocean and just wait for drug boats and just keep smoking drug boats? Or are we going to like stop the problem instead of just the symptoms? And that's what makes me feel like there's something else going on that they're just not telling us about. What's up, Southern Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Nick, Imperial. So we're just pushing past King. Yep. They're gonna say that is God Trump there. So it's coming up next. That's Lord and Savior Trump. The way they word things are so funny. Fry, drug boats are actually China attempting to attack. Could be. Totally care. I think it's just a show of force. Yeah, but I just wonder what the end game goal is. You know, like, what are they trying to accomplish with all of this? Either way, moving forward here, like I said, midlife break. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com through your browser, log in, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's go ahead and get this funny video pulled up. Still waiting on President Trump here.
Well,
which I don't really know what to expect from this whole dinner situation. But either way, like I said, this was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Blue Team Blues.
Well, it looks like Democrats are caving to Donald Trump and the Republicans.
We have breaking news right now. Senators have reached a deal to reopen the federal government, with some suggesting that Democrats are caving.
Oh my God!
So it turns out that Chuck Schumer was indeed behind the Democrat plan to cave.
We have treason in the ranks. Then I guess whoever these folks are must want to be primaried.
What? This is all they're going to get is a promise.
The absolute cowardice of Senate Democrats. You will be primaried. We're coming for you, and we're not going to let you forget it. Do not get it twisted. You can get it braided. Don't get it twisted. We're coming for you.
What the fuck are you doing? Are you serious? This is just crazy to me. Like, they gave up this easily. Wow.
My dogs are not happy about it either.
Stop. So basically the Democrats came. But let's just be real with this.
So it appears the Democrats are caving.
So they seem all right. Getting back into the news here. This next one's Nome announces major migrant sex predator bust. Busted more than 150 pedos. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up. Come on, come on. Okay. Anyways, this is titled Nome announces major migrant sex predator bust. They got border crossers, not just any border crossers, but pedophile sex offenders. More than 150 of them being deported. Go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get into this.
So this morning, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem is announcing the arrest of over 150 illegal migrant sex offenders in Florida, thanks in large part to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who authorized state and local officials to help immigration enforcement. Joining us now is Secretary Kristi Noem. Good morning, Madam Secretary. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Lawrence. We're doing great. We're making America more safe and secure every day, and that's a wonderful mission to have.
So let's talk about this operation, because this is stunning. This is a win not only for the administration, but also for the country. How are you able to nail these sex offenders? That's not easy.
Oh, Lawrence, our partnership with Florida is absolutely amazing. This operation was called Operation Criminal Return. I call it Operation Dirtbag, because these individuals were sex offenders, but not just sex offenders, they targeted children. So sexual assault, battery, attempted homicide. These 150 individuals will be gone off of our streets. Our kids will be safer. And this partnership with Governor DeSantis in Florida is a model that we want to replicate across the country. These individuals should have never been in our country to begin with. The fact that they were sexual deviants and perverts, and now we've gotten them off of our streets, it's remarkable, and we need to do more of it.
So, Madam Secretary, you guys also surge resources.
Okay. So they go on and talk about Chicago, but they're not saying anything we haven't already heard. So they're saying more than 150 illegal sex offenders have been arrested in Florida. It's crazy the way they're cleaning up Florida, because every time they talk about Florida, it's more than 100 people being busted. So they're really doing mass deportations over there. A lot of that is because of the efforts of Ron DeSantis. They're doing their own Project Tidal Wave or something like that, where they're getting illegals out, and they got so many that they're just building centers left and right. They got the Alligator Alcatraz, but then they're bringing like another 2 border crosser centers in there to house all these people that are getting deported. So they're really cleaning up Florida. It's good stuff. I wish every state was doing that. Next up, alleged Epstein emails. Trump knew about the girls, whatever that means. It's in the news. I don't think it's that damning of information. It's weird, but we'll never ever hear the truth about it. So we just have to cover it, do our due diligence. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about them cleaning up Florida. 150 pedophiles being removed. Russell, get rid of them and castrate them first. Yeah, for real. Get them up out of here. What's up, Obnoxious Guy? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Stoner, I agree. They should be fertilizer. Kane, does prenatal Tylenol make Democrats? I think so. I think it does. Screaming Eagle, the Pedo Express. It was. Running them up out of here. Major, all the libtards are freaks, creeps, and weirdos for sure. I know, it's like being at the circus. Just bearded ladies and stuff. It's the old carnival. Oh, thank you, Cass. Stoner, get the illegals to dig mass graves for the pedos. It'd make them think twice about breaking into the country. They'd be like, you know what you guys are doing over there? They're doing scary stuff. Oh, thank you, Meta. I appreciate you being with us. Nugging Foots. Pedo hell between Cop Bondi and Barbie Gnome. I'm a granny chaser. Goodness. I don't like Bondi. She's too deceitful. But Kristi Noem, she seems okay. I liked Bondi at first, but she's kind of sly like a fox. Nick, libs all look alike. I know, they do. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom. What's up, Feeling Froggy? Happy freedom to you. Feeling Froggy. He knew about the girls. He turned his friend in because of it. Yeah, like I said, when we cover these emails, there's nothing damning, at least not that they're showing us. But they're just like, oh, can you believe that? Like, believe what? They just said his name. His name just exists in an email, and they're like, oh, it's damning. It's not. They're not saying anything. It's a whole bunch of nothing. Zero, but Kristi shot a dog. Yeah, it's funny that they don't even talk about that now, because that was a huge deal when that book came out. Now nobody mentions it, because it's really not that big of a deal. Stoner, could you imagine buying a house on a pedo graveyard, bunch of pedo ghosts pinching your kids' cheeks? No, sex offender poltergeist? No, I don't want to imagine that. Enough bad stuff in my head. I don't need that. We're going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, alleged Epstein emails. Trump knew about the girls. They're trying to prove that President Trump's a bad person because these old emails have his name in them. Also, we get to know Jeffrey Epstein's email address because they don't block it out. I don't know if that's useful or not. Maybe if you're like sending prank emails or something, you can spoof it and have it go back to Jeffrey Epstein's fucking email. I don't know why they didn't block it out. I'm going to search it later today when I'm fucking bored and see what the email's attached to. Maybe. We'll see. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
Once the House is back in session, Tom, there also is some movement likely on the push to release the Epstein files. What's going on with that today?
Yeah, this is a big story sort of continuing to develop today. So as part of the House reconvening after almost 2 months, for the first time reconvening after almost 2 months, Representative Adelita Grijalva from Arizona will be sworn in, and she will be the deciding vote on a House measure to release, to compel the Justice Department to release investigative files related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. And very notable timing with all this, because this comes as Democrats on the House Oversight Committee released new emails from Jeffrey Epstein dating back years ago. And one from 2011 to his associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Epstein writes, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Victim names and personal information are redacted in these emails." But to show our viewers another one, this is from 2019, when asked by author Michael Wolff, who has written several books on the president, about Donald Trump banning Epstein from membership at Mar-a-Lago. Epstein writes, "Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course he knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine to stop." Oversight Democrats released these emails and wrote, quote, they raised serious questions about Donald Trump and his knowledge of Epstein's horrific crimes. We also want to show our viewers this, though. Just in the last hour, News Nation received a lengthy statement from the White House about this, with Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt writing, quote, "The Democrats selectively leaked emails to the liberal media to create a fake narrative to smear President Trump. The unnamed victim referenced in these emails is the late Virginia Giuffre, who repeatedly said President Trump was not involved in any wrongdoing whatsoever and couldn't have been friendlier to her in their limited interactions. The fact remains that President Trump kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his club decades ago for being a creep to his female employees, including Giuffre. These stories are nothing more than bad faith efforts to distract from President Trump's historic accomplishments." Again, very notable timing with this, because we might get some updated comments about these email releases during the White House press briefing later this afternoon, Marnie.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. So like I said, it's like, it just mentions Trump in the emails, not anything direct at all. It's just like, oh, Trump knows things. I know a guy named Trump. They're like, oh, Trump's in the emails. Like, what does that do? It does a bunch of nothing. We already know that they know each other. So emails with his name, I don't know. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense. I'm more suspicious about his his email handles, JEE, what was it, visiting or vacation or something like that, something weird. I don't know, it looks like a fake email to me. Either way, they're saying that emails have come out that mention Trump and suggest that he knew about the girls, whatever that means, talking about victims supposedly, but it doesn't say or seem to say anything incriminating. There's stuff blacked out, so you don't really know what it says, but it doesn't seem incriminating. Everything they showed us is just mentioning President Trump, doesn't accuse anything. And we saw Caroline Leavitt earlier today responding to questions about this. She didn't really say a whole lot, but she just said it's a hoax and all the same stuff that President Trump's been saying lately about anything related to Epstein. Everything about it's a hoax and all this stuff. And like I said before, I don't think we're going to really get much information. They're just going to deny everything. And at very most, the next we're going to get is Marjorie Taylor Greene going down on the House floor to say the list of names that the victims of Epstein have put together as far as a client list. Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to go to the House floor. She's going to read the list of names. She has immunity while she's on the House floor, so there's not going to be blowback of defamation or anything like that. And she's going to get brownie points for it. I think Rand Paul is going to do it with her. Somebody else is going to do it with her. They're going to get brownie points, and then nobody's going to do anything about it. The victims may get a book deal or something like that. Nobody will go to prison, and everyone will forget that this happened. So that's all we got left to look forward to is Marjorie Taylor Greene on the House floor getting some brownie points. So we'll look forward to that. But either way, next up, California law puts mentally ill back on the street and the public in danger. Just more good news coming out of California. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump being mentioned in these emails. Russell, Trump is not associated to this shit. They're just trying to bring him down again. Yeah. I don't know if he's associated or not, but it's... We are already told that they do not have evidence of any third party that is criminally incriminating. So nobody's going to jail for this. Epstein supposedly is dead. Maxwell's already in a woman's camp to do her 20 years. There's no other bad guys. So we're not going to learn anything. There's nothing new here. So they can keep trying to bring Trump down with that, but it ain't going to work because they already got Maxwell and they got Virginia Giuffre or whatever her name is. Both of them said that Trump never did anything nefarious in front of them or around them or anything like that. They're using that to keep President Trump clean. So no matter what comes out, everyone will deny it. They'll keep saying it's a hoax. We'll never get any real information. And around we'll go. Ghostly, let's see. I don't trust shit since Trump said you're not MAGA if you want the client list. Yeah, Ghostly. And I forgot about that. I forgot that he said that. That real MAGA doesn't want the client list. That they, that it's a hoax and all of that. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Salty Ragu. Hope things start feeling better soon. War Dog, who had MTG going down on their 2025 bingo card. She's been really weird lately, and then she was hanging out in The View, and she was buddy-buddy with those people. I don't know. A lot of people are saying that Marjorie Taylor Greene is flipping. I can't remember if it was AOC or if it was Jasmine Crockett. I think it was AOC. Was saying that Marjorie Taylor Greene was trying to run for something. Some elected official position in Georgia, I think it is. And Trump told her no. Told her to not run. And so Marjorie Taylor Greene's been acting different ever since then. AOC is suggesting that this all happened and that Marjorie Taylor Greene's basically becoming a Democrat to spite President Trump for not giving her the green light to run for some other elected position. I don't know if that's true or not, especially if AOC is saying it, but that's some controversial thing that's happening in the background right now too. War Dog, considering this has been hidden from the public for all this time, what are the odds you'll get anything resembling the truth? Yeah. The only way we'll get the truth is if people go to jail. If nobody goes to jail, we'll never get the truth. And nobody's gone to jail yet. Maxwell's been in prison. Kevin, wait till Frazzle Drip comes out the Hillary video on that wiener guy's laptop. I don't want to see that video, Kevin. I don't know. Until people actually go to jail, like I'm saying, until people get arrested, there's not going to be any real truth or anything like that. It's all entertainment. Kane, my mechanic's name is Bimbo. She sounds nice. Major, how do you really feel? I don't know. I have a hard time sugarcoating things. What's up, Butterfly? Happy freedom. Beck Frank, happy freedom to you. They put his email to make it look legit. I read the emails earlier, and I highly doubt that they would have referred to the young girl as a victim when emailing each other. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they'd be incriminating themselves like that, and it kind of reminds me of like the Charlie Kirk shooter text messages. They're like, yeah, I had this specific gun, and I put it in this specific place, and I did this specific thing, and then I'll confess my love to you. And it's, I don't know, it just seems really manufactured. Fry or Mana, you never bored around the Hooligans? No, I haven't been bored in years. I'm never bored. I'm just broke and morally spent at the same time. What's up, Carl? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kaya? Happy freedom to you. No one's to go to jail. Yeah. Unfortunately, we need some accountability on Capitol Hill. I don't know when that's going to happen, though. Kaya, did you ever get the hot stuff? I can't remember what it was that you were going to get. Something hot. You said you were going to order it, and then you disappeared. Thank you so much, Dennis, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. You're badass, Dennis. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you. Thank you. It says, get a tooth cleaned. Thank you, Dennis. I will try. Appreciate it. Thank you. Kevin, trust me, you don't want to see Hillary cutting off a little girl's face at Bohemian Grove and dancing around with it laughing. I've seen quite a few videos like that. I haven't seen that one specifically. They got all kinds of weird stuff. They got like Jay-Z like eating parts of a corpse or something like that. There's so many weird videos out there. But until these people go to jail, you know, what are we going to get? A bunch of nothing. Major, burn it down. Right. If we don't get it, burn it down. Just like the old protests. What's up, Hank? Happy freedom. Wienergate. It's not good. Tony Rich, the sleight of hand shit is why the mainstream media needs to be gone. Well, they need to be like kind of brought in a little bit. Like, if they're gonna lie, it needs to be more of entertainment and less of news. If it's news, then they need to report more accurately on the situation, or else keep facing defamation lawsuits and stuff like that. That's the problem with the mainstream media, is they're allowed to lie. Trump knew about Jeffrey recruiting girls from the hotel and told him it must stop. Nothing about the island. Yeah. And he's already said that stuff. He's already said that bad stuff was happening in Mar-a-Lago. He kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. He knew that recruitment was happening, that they were trying to take the people from whatever, workers, staff members from Mar-a-Lago and recruit them for the island and stuff. And President Trump was preventing that. They also say that President Trump is some sort of informant on the case as well. He had agreed to testify against this guy or something. He's an informant of sorts in the whole Epstein case. So I don't know, but all I know is we'll never get the truth out of it. What's up, Motorsports? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Information Warlord? Happy freedom to you. Did they vote on it, Information Warlord? I know they were going to sometime around now. Did they actually vote to reopen the government? Ghostly, at this point, even if people go to jail, I would have think they were just enemies of the state more than the clients. Yeah, like deep state is getting them. Could be. Saldragu, you fighting the keyboard? I miss our phones having buttons. I miss that so much. I used to be able to just put my hand in my pocket and send text messages because I could feel the buttons. And now you just got this dirty screen. You scratch your nuts, you touch the screen, you put the screen to your face, and then round and round we go. Anyways, moving forward here, I still got this live pulled up with President Trump. If they ever decide to go live, we'll see. Either way, next up, California law puts mentally ill back on the street and the public in danger, just like California likes it. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry could really use your help. Larry's recently been in and out of the hospital. He's in need of a kidney transplant. He's got a lot going on. I put together a page for him over on the website. It's got his story, details, links, and all kinds of stuff. If there is any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. Thank you so much, Kane, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. You're fantastic, Kane. Thank you so much for the support. It says tooth number 2. Thank you, Kane. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Thank you. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into this story here. Like I said, California law puts mentally ill back on the street and the public in danger. This is potentially going to be an issue, and I wonder what other states are having the same exact problem. They got these funny laws where if they can't house the mentally ill, they're going to cut them loose. So what happens when they intentionally do not provide enough beds in these mental institutions? Well, then you're perpetually letting, the wicked back out on the streets. It's not good. Hit that like button if you haven't already. It looks like they're ending this live with Right Side Broadcasting, so I don't know if Trump's going live or not. I'll look into that, but either way, we're getting into this. Like I said, hit that like button, and let's get this rolling.
Shocking story out of California where the Orange County District Attorney is in an urgent fight now to keep mentally ill offenders from being released into the community.
Now, these offenders include a killer and a would-be rapist. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has the details.
Hey, Mark, Charlotte. So what's unfolding in Orange County right now is just flat out insane, even by Gavin Newsom's California standards. Officials are scrambling to stop the release of dangerous offenders, including one guy who hacked a man to death, because the state apparently doesn't have enough beds available in secure mental health facilities.
He was screaming and pleading for help.
On November 2nd, 2016, Kelly Casey's life changed forever. Her brother, Kyle Avila, was savagely murdered by a total stranger.
He had a hammer hatchet and through the window and proceeded to butcher him.
Costa Mesa police say the killer, Ivan Dimov, didn't stop there. He pulled Kyle from the car and kept hacking him to death as he lay defenseless on the ground. Dimov was charged with first-degree murder, but later ruled mentally incompetent to stand trial. Now, he could walk free. Under California law, if a defendant can't be restored to competency after 2 years of mental health treatment, the criminal case ends. And if there are no beds available in a locked down and licensed facility, the offender must be released back into the community.
There's a lot of mentally ill people out there. There's a lot of murderers out there. There's all kinds of stuff out there, but look over your shoulders. It makes you very leery.
Orange County DA Todd Spitzer says Dimov isn't the only one who could be cut loose in the coming months if secure placement isn't found. There are 11 others deemed mentally unfit, including a man accused of trying to rape his neighbor, found inside her home with his zipper down and no underwear. To Kelly Casey, there would be no crueler twist to this tragedy than her brother's killer being set free without supervision and with every chance to strike again.
I have done all that I can, and I hope I've done a good job for him. That's all I can do.
Mark, Charlotte, Todd Spitzer, the Orange County DA, blames Gavin Newsom and state Democrats for not adding enough space in these secure mental health facilities, saying their inaction amounts to, quote, the most dangerous get-out-of-jail-free card yet. Now, we've been trying to get an interview with the DA, but right now his energy is solely focused on getting extensions or continuances granted for all these offenders, a move that would keep them behind bars until a spot opens up in a state-licensed psych ward. But realistically, time is running out.
Y'all, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Jason, you brought us a lot of stories over the last few months. This might be the most wild story yet. This man is a known murderer who is walking the streets of California, hacking people to death, and yet he could continue to walk the streets of California. This is insane.
It's insane.
Another reason to stay away from California.
Wow.
All right, Jason, thanks.
All right. Bad idea. Like I said, I wonder what other states are doing the same thing. A lot of states don't have very high security of mental institutions and stuff like that. Others do, but if you can't house people in a healthy manner, right? If it's considered inhumane conditions, they can't house these people. They do the same thing in jail. If your jail is overcrowded, at first they'll give people sleeping bags. I've seen it. I've been lodged in jail when they're overflowing, and there's people just laying on the floor in sleeping bags, usually in Max, or not in Max, in Gen Pop, in the population pods. That's usually what happens. But if it gets to the point where you can't even walk because you got so many inmates on the floor, they just start cutting them loose. And they're supposed to report to court, but you know how criminals are. And so they just cut them loose. They're doing the same thing with these mental facilities. They're not all institutions. Some are a little bit more strict than others. But if they don't have enough beds, they're going to cut you loose. And now it kind of makes more sense when we're covering these videos and you're seeing every single one of these criminals are calling themselves mentally ill, or their family members are saying they're mentally ill. Well, yeah, because then you don't have to go to jail. You can go to some institution and have soft treatment, watch cartoons, wear slippers, eat yogurt every day, hang out, and usually you get a shorter sentence too. Before this, people used to say they were all on drugs. It didn't matter what you did or what you were on. If you fucked up, you just told the judge you were on drugs. And if you did, then you would go to rehab instead of going to jail. So you could eat good food and wear slippers and watch TV instead of hanging out with criminals and smelling them take a shit every morning. And so the new game is to pretend you're mentally ill. And if you're in a place like California, you might end up at a facility that's full. And if you are, they're just going to let you go. And so you can go out there and commit more crime. And so I don't know. We've been saying for a long time, but we got to make these asylums great again. We need enough facilities to where, we have beds available and stuff like that, instead of cutting monsters loose to letting them go out in public. Now, I'm sure not every state is going to let rapists and murderers back on the street just because the beds are full. Usually they start with lesser crimes, right? Like if you're in jail and they're cutting you loose because it's full, they're not letting murderers out. They're letting people who are like for petty theft, just dumb shit. People who are there for dumb shit, they're going to be cut loose. Murderers and stuff, they usually stay. But in California, everything's ass backwards. It's not a gay joke, but it kind of is. So California loves that shit. But either way, next up we got the last little bit of the news. It is lefties losing it. And today it's titled CBS calls violent Antifa riot mostly peaceful. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about what's going on in California. Once again, California doesn't have enough beds for mentally ill criminals, so they're considering releasing them. One guy attacked a man with a hatchet and killed him. They say if a mentally ill criminal can't be restored within 2 years of being at the mental facility, they just automatically get to be released. And if there's not enough beds in a mental facility, then the offender is also released. They say that there's 11 other eligible criminals for the same kind of subject matter here. And they're saying that they mentioned that last guy who tried to rape his neighbor. He was sitting there with his wiener hanging out and whatever. But either way, like I'd mentioned, this now you can kind of see why everybody's like, oh, I'm in trouble? No, I'm mentally ill. Well, yeah, because there's a higher chance you're going to get let out if you do that. Either way, like I said, lefties losing it. Coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about that mess in California. Huge shout out to Russell. Thank you so much, Russell, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. You're badass, Russell. Thank you so much for the support. It says, here's to help out the Lesbo ride. Thank you, Russell. Thank you guys so much. You guys are fantastic. Snooks, I believe Trump will be signing the orders to reopen the government at 9:45. We'll see how it goes. I assume they'll do that live. I don't know why they didn't do the dinner live. Right Side Broadcasting was live, and they didn't show it. They just ended it instead. Zero, you're going to guess that Rita's wearing blue today? Maybe. I know what she's wearing, so I can't participate in this, but you guys can guess what Rita's going to be wearing today. Ghostly, I'm all about California making more Republicans after they learn what being a libtard brings. Yeah, the problem is a lot of them don't come to that conclusion. They become drug addicts or just dead, and they never actually get to learn their lesson. They die from it. Carl, here in the UK, they're releasing dangerous criminals from the prisons to make way for people that have looked at the wrong websites and streams for their liking. And little girls are getting house visits from the razors just for reading information. Yeah, I know, stuff's rough over there. We covered a video about Trump suing the BBC, and they were talking about freedom of speech and all that in the UK and how there's freedom of speech laws. But it's funny to see that after we get so much news about people going to jail for memes and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't sound like freedom of speech is doing well over there. But when it comes against President Trump, oh yeah, you know, then they got to bring up free speech. What's up, Butterfly? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kicks? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Kicks, I agree with you. I can't read that stuff out loud, but you are right. We should be doing more about the pedos. Yeah, Butterfly, it keeps us going. I don't know what I would do if we couldn't go live. It's my whole life. Beck Frank, it's a cop-out because who could argue that a murderer is mentally sound? Of course they're not. Doesn't mean that they should go free. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the problem is that people used to not want to be treated like they were mentally ill. Like, who wants to wear a straitjacket and go sit in a padded room and eat, you know, soybeans for the next year? Like, nobody wants to do that. But they're not doing that. They're just taking you and they're giving you soft, you know, kid treatment, and then they cut you loose. And that's what's causing it. If there was stiffer consequences, like if you said you're crazy and we locked you in a padded room, watch how many people are just not crazy anymore, because they don't want that. They don't want to be treated like that. They don't want to be held accountable. And so if there was accountability, they wouldn't be making those kind of lies up. Russell, Rita's wearing a black and white outfit. That's what you're guessing? Zero saying Rita's wearing blue. Yeah, Ghostly, you're right. That's why I used to say all the time, like, you got to make good choices, because if you make good choices, generally you will live longer than those that make bad choices. Because generally those bad choices catch up to them. Not all bad choices kill you, thank God, because everybody makes mistakes. But if people who are habitual offenders and stuff, usually it doesn't work out in the end for them. If you make good choices, you'll outlive bad people making bad choices. Beck Frank guessing Rita's in green for a change. We'll see. It's coming up next. Meta attorneys advising here in California for lawsuits against jail staff for abuse. Well, we'll see how that goes. They'd have to prove that. Meta, there'll never be enough beds. Everyone in California is mentally ill. Just my professional medical opinion with living here. Yeah. Well, like I said, if they never bring in more beds, right? If they never create more space, then they're never going to fix the problem. But if they still have a facility, then they still get to create a budget for the facility. If the facility is nonprofit, then, you know, 40% or whatever has to go to the facility itself. The rest of it just goes in their pockets. And if they cure these people, it hurts their job security. So they got to keep the crazy rotating in and out so they can keep putting money in their pockets. These people are not here to help other people. They're here to benefit off pretending to help other people. And it's a big deal on the left coast. On the left coast, they have more programs than anywhere else. But these people aren't getting fixed. They're just getting played, and those people are collecting those doll hairs. Salty Ginger guessing purple. We'll see. It's coming up. Motorsport, it's time to pack some heat. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Slenderella? Happy freedom to you, and thank you so much for the support, Slenderella. Really appreciate you. Take them to the Swamp Gators. Yeah, Motorsport. That's what they deserve. Sled Dog Hatchman needs to have his hands removed with a hatchet and let him walk. What are they going to do now, Hatchman? Yeah. It's not going to be able to do much without hands. Jay Tyler, you should do a mashup of all the riots from 2017 to 2020. All the best scenes. I've thought about it, but there's like 600 hours of footage or something. there's 18-hour lives. Like those first ones are like 18 hours, 16 hours, stuff like that. I'd like to go through and cut it up. I just don't have enough time. All right, hooligans, let's get into this. Like I said, Lefty's losing it, and today it's titled CBS calls violent Antifa riot mostly peaceful. We're going to see who's right today on what Rita's wearing. Somebody was right. Come on. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this. Rita's wearing purple today.
Now it's time for Lefty's losing it, and there's apparently another Wicked movie, and that means more mindless musings from Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
Do you have a message for the queer fans who are watching this? We love you, we love you, we love you.
We love you, we love you, we love you. And Oz has always been a queer place, a safe place for queer people, for every different color of the rainbow, for everybody. Read the L. Frank Baum books. It's the truth. You're safe with us. We love you so much.
That part.
The gayer, the better.
Do you have a message for the Gelfie stars? Oh, we love you too.
We love you too. Where is our camera?
Great. Now we have another mostly peaceful moment. You remember the original during the BLM riots. That was some of CNN's worst work. And CBS wants to emulate that fake news by this report characterizing a violent Antifa riot at Berkeley. As you guessed it, mostly peaceful.
Yeah, things have been lively here. While that Turning Point USA event is still happening inside, protesters have been out here for hours. You can see them still here behind me. They have been chanting, just a very, very lively scene out here. While things have been mostly peaceful, there have been some tense moments. Earlier this evening, there was a scuffle that broke out where two men started fighting. UC Berkeley police had to break up that interaction. Later, someone was throwing smoke bombs.
Are you kidding me? Just smoke bombs? Really? And, oh yeah, the violent Antifa thugs attacking people attending a Turning Point USA event. That's characterized as mostly peaceful, even as attendees are abused, threatened and bashed. As for her claim that just two men were fighting, well, that was wrong too. One man, a lefty called Jihad, allegedly attacked the victim, who was left bloodied. And I say allegedly because he's already been arrested and charged with assault. And of course, CBS were keen to platform another lefty losing it, a woman with a septum ring who can't tolerate people with views that differ from her warped view of the world.
Turning Point USA should not be here, and they are like a fascist organization, and nobody here agrees with what they are saying. And obviously Charlie Kirk has been a big issue with like a lot of college campuses and people on college campuses. So we just think like, I mean, obviously I didn't really follow him a lot, but knowing what he did and knowing the things that he was saying, it's just like vile and disgusting. So we don't want to support his organization, and I don't think that the Berkeley chancellor should have let them come here.
Now to alleged comic Chelsea Handler, and I say alleged because she ain't funny, but she is indulging in cancel culture by encouraging people to boycott an ever-increasing list of companies.
Every Saturday, they're listing 10 new companies to boycott, and they're giving you background reasons, what they're affiliated with, who they give their money to, and who is profiting off of things like ICE, profiting off of ICE detention centers and all that stuff. But so like, I'm feeling a lot of momentum. I'm feeling really, really supercharged and happy and powerful and hopeful. I feel hopeful again.
She feels hopeful again. You know, I kind of feel a little sorry for her, so I won't say what I was going to say, but thinking it. Let's hear now from Jon Stewart, who doesn't feel hopeful at all. He is distraught because his beloved Democrats folded, just like his beloved Giants.
Not only did the Democrats and Giants lose in the same, I can't f***ing believe it manner, they sound the same doing it.
It's natural and appropriate to feel deep disappointment.
Disappointing outcome.
It was not the result many of us wanted.
Want to get the results that you hoped for and came up short?
It never feels good to come up short.
We came up short, and that was a tough one.
You learn and you prepare to do better in the future.
You're always learning and trying to be better.
Well, not enough wins.
Not enough wins.
We will win. We will win. We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest.
Now, America and indeed the world dodged a bullet, an incoherent, incompetent bullet, when Kamala Harris failed to buy her way into the presidency. Remember, she outspent the Trump campaign by an enormous margin, and despite losing in spectacular fashion, she seems to think she outsmarted President Trump. She was playing three-dimensional chess.
And I wasn't about to fall prey or fall into those traps. And part of his strategy and those around him was to try and take me off our game and message. And I wasn't about to be distracted by those flames that he was trying to throw to get me away from my highest priority, which was talking to people about the economy and their well-being in terms of their financial well-being. And that's, so I understood the game that was being played. And I made a decision that I wasn't going to get played. And
chess, not checkers. Got it.
chess, not checkers. Yeah, three-dimensional chess. I'm telling you. You know.
She lost by a huge margin. She lost every swing state. She lost the popular vote, and she lost the electoral college. What three-dimensional chess was she exactly playing? Joining me now is political advisor and commentator.
Yes. Hyena Harris. I wonder if she's going to run again. I'd rather not. I can't stand hearing her speak. I hope AOC runs. I hope she don't win, but I hope she runs because it'd be entertaining to hear her talk her dumb shit. I don't know. She should bring KJP with her, run as VP. They could scissor afterwards. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll be here and we'll be covering the next election and the election after that and the election after that. That is all all the news I had for you hooligans today. We are going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Tiger Jaw. It's titled A Little Accident. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner and is titled We're Having Tunnel Sandwiches Tonight. All of that's coming up next. But first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing their marbles. Russell, Hyena Harris couldn't outsmart herself from a wet paper bag. I know, she's trying to suck it off, but she can't find the wiener. She's like, what do you mean? This is how I fix all of my problems. Yeah, rough stuff. Ghostly, could you imagine the hell we would be in right now if she won? Oh my goodness. They probably would have legalized pedophilia by now. Russell, these people are morons. Rita's awesome. I agree. Zero, Barney purple. Yeah, I think Rita was wearing Barney purple. That's just my opinion, though. Cass, legit hell. Yeah. Yeah, if Hyena Harris was running things, we'd be in tough shape right now. Screaming Eagle, I miss her lighthearted attempt at humor and the cackles. Do you, though? It sounds like cackling from a scary movie or something. Can't stand Hyena Harris. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. Happy freedom to you, Dusto. Screaming Eagle, yeah. That's true. We don't need more prison beds, but we do need to hold people accountable. Big time. Snooks, lefties lose their nuts a lot, too. Well, they don't lose them. They misplace them on purpose. Sled Dog, Windows update this morning. Rumble keeps freezing. I don't know why Rumble does that. Back Frankie's, it's fuchsia. It's not fuchsia. Who else said that? Somebody else said that in the chat, too. Is it Russell? Russell was trying to tell me it's fuchsia. No, it's Zero. I don't even know what fuchsia is. That's not a real color. You guys are just making shit up. That's all. You guys are just making it up. Fuchsia. Is that what it is? Beck Frank, you got to translate for me. Carl, Rumble's been playing up today with the live stream. Lots of freezing. Sorry to hear that. I hate that stuff. I hate the problems. Meta. If I was to fix the remaining problems of my car, it would be $2,400 to replace the transmission, do brakes all the way around, and replace the bad wheel bearing. Rich, the government will reopen at 9:45 Eastern time. It's coming up. They're gonna have to get back to work. What's up, Bobby Johnson? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ron? Happy freedom. Salted Ginger, yep, you guessed right. She does wear the purple color a lot. She has a green coat, too. I wasn't sure at first. I know Hooligan said green. There's a chance. Yesterday, I think she was wearing bright yellow, like Big Bird yellow. Salty Ginger, it's a shade of purple with more neon pink in it. I guess. I'm not a color expert. I don't know all that stuff. Stuck it in her fuchsia vigorously. Sly Dog Magenta, I've never met her. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, getting into the fun stuff, we are going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals. Buy me a coffee. You can send something to the P.O. box. We even have links for crypto. Also, tomorrow I am going to go to the post office. I was going to go check the P.O. box today, but apparently getting my car was an all-day event. So tomorrow I will be at the P.O. box for everybody that sent me something to go retrieve. I will be doing that tomorrow. But right now, we're going to see what we're getting from today's door of the Advent Calendar. Let's see what gnome we find today. I'm hoping for Christy Gnome. That's what I'm hoping for. Grab her box out of this box. That's what I'll do in front of all of you. Oh, this one's cool. Look at this. The Dark Knight. We got the Batman gnome here, and he's styling. Every time we pull a gnome out, it's my new favorite. And this guy, he is styling. He ain't messing around. This is like Game of Thrones meets Batman that just met Klaus Daniels. It's good stuff. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate you. Got a little gnome army here. Are you ready for the fun stuff? Yeah. We should put your tie on. You gotta lick your toes in front of everybody. This isn't that kind of live. Okay. Well, he found out you hooligans like that stuff. Either way, getting into the fun stuff here. Let's pull these videos up. Oh, Guessum's here. He'll like this one. All right. This first one was provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled "A Little Accident." No, Tyrion, what'd you do? He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Just a little accident there. Getting into our official funny video of the day. It was provided by a stoner. Yes. This is what I do when I'm not live. Like I said, this was provided by Stoner and it's titled, "We're having tunnel sandwiches tonight."
Why do y'all keep gatekeeping these things? I've been wanting to make a tunnel sandwich. You can shove it right in there. Look at this. And you can get all the way down in there and pry it open. Look at that. And I got my sausage right here. And you can slide it. Look at that. It goes perfect down in there. Now, I'm convinced if I could find some metal ones, I could heat them bad boys up on the stove and it could toast the inside of the bread on these tunnel sandwiches. These right here are a cooking utensil. I don't care what they say. Why do y'all...
Yes. I've seen that damn thing in action. It's fantastic. You just whistle into the cave. Your girlfriend won't like that, but it's a lot of fun. Either way, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. We are going to be dropping this link really quick in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. Then we're going to be raiding out over on Rumble. Let's see. Obnoxious Scott. At 2,400, you're going to exceed the replacement cost of the vehicle. Reevaluating your thoughts on getting a Toyota. I don't know how many times I got to explain this to you guys. In Michigan, my Subaru is worth $6,500. To get any all-wheel drive Toyota in Michigan starts at $10K, and that's if it doesn't even run. That bitch could be on cinder blocks with more spray paint than Portland has, and that bitch will be $10K. And so I'm sorry that everywhere you guys live, you have affordable vehicles, but here in the winter wasteland, where we are the first defense against the Canadians, cars are fucking expensive here, and I wish they weren't. I wish I could just throw a saddle on Klaus Daniels, but I can't. So I just got to deal with this life until God's ready to take me from this shit. Either way, reading through and dropping these links here, if I could grab her by the link. Let me see. There we go. Getting things rolling here. Sly Dog, drive one up from ATL. The best thing I could do is go to Florida and get a car, because those cars are so damn cheap, because cars live forever in Florida unless they are by the coastline where the salt eats them up. But when you live by yourself and you can't ride the Klaus Daniels into town, I don't have a way to do anything ever, because they didn't make life for single people. They made it for couples and families, and I don't have family. So either way, I'll figure it out or I'll die trying, but that's okay. There's the link list link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. One of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the... Why can't I think? You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. Stone with the Hooligans. Also, don't forget, on Fridays after Coffee with Hooligans, we do the voice chat over on the website. It's a lot of fun. We're always reading books and trying hot peppers. Hot barbecue sauce the other day. I think we got something else hot to try now that I think about it, that we'll probably be trying on Friday. But we're always doing fun stuff. We're always laughing, having a good time, looking stuff up, listening to music, researching things, laughing. That's what we do on Friday. We laugh. So definitely get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com that we can join us Fridays for the voice chat after Coffee with Hooligans. Like I said, reading through, we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up and raiding out over on Rumble. Oh, I appreciate your concern, Obnoxious Scott. It's just, money's a damn frustrating thing, you know? It's not you, it's me, and partially Klaus. It's his fault too. And it's Beck Frank's fault, because she always did the thing, you know? She did it. Come on, man. Russell, did he ask Klaus if he was ready for the butt stuff? No. The last time he was ready for butt stuff, I think it was pulling a string out of him. It's not good. I'm glad he grew out of that sort of. I've pulled a stick out of him, a leaf, and a string. And when there was a string, I was concerned that there was a yo-yo at the end, but Klaus was the yo-yo. It's okay. We got it figured out. Zero, Christy's going to want her gnomes back soon. Yes, she'll have to fight me for them. I love these gnomes. Tiger Jaw, President Trump will sign the CR at 9:30 Eastern Time. Thank you for letting me know, Tiger Jaw. It's an hour from now. We'll see how everything goes. Plastic Quack saw an old classic car with a big The Hooligan sticker on the back. Couldn't get a pick off fast enough. That's awesome, Plastic Quack. That sounds badass. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy Freedom. Ah, Cass, it's because I'm an asshole that has a giant pussy and I scream at my computer for a living. It's not appealing to the public. No girl's like, I want that. Like, no, not at all. Fry, buy a van just in case you meet a hooligan. I'm going to need a tarp. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys need to join the voice chat. We have all kinds of inside jokes and stuff from the terrible stories we've all told each other in voice chat. It's good stuff. Especially if Hair Juicer's there. He'll tell you stories that change your life. It's like that. It's a whole experience. It's not just a membership. It's an experience. Beck Frank, why don't you buy a Toyota? I want to, but I can't afford it. One day I'll be wealthy enough for a Toyota. And then what are you guys going to say when it breaks down? Michigan just hurts cars right in their no-no spot. Oh, I try, Cass. MU, they're lost. That's right. Strutting around. Klaus is like, I need a mom. I'm like, no, you don't. You got your dad. That's all you need. It's their loss. Meta. Yeah. I don't know. I've been dreading the damn car thing all day. I'm actually relieved that it's over with. I've already gave them all the money I had. There's nothing else they can take from me, and I have the car back. So, I don't know. I've been dreading it all day. I've been so stressed. I've been sick to my stomach. I was like gagging out the window on the way back because I was just so damn stressed. Spear Matter, cute kitty. Don't tell him that. He's already got a huge ego. His big booty. Yes. He's been howling at me all day. I don't know if he can tell that the sun did the explosive thing or what. He's been trying to tell me something all day. Russell, I miss hair. I'll grow it back. It'll be okay. No, Hair Juicer will be back at some point. Where are we? Let me see, because Hair Juicer wrote me right before he left. It's been 16 days. It seems like it's been a lot longer than that. We missed the Hair Juicer. That's badass, Obnoxious Guy. I've had situations like that where I've gotten a good deal on cars and made them work. I don't know. I'm just in a tough spot financially right now. Zero, yeah. Hopefully we'll get an update on Hair Juicer sometime soon. Hey, thanks for being with us, Carl. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, I appreciate you, Beck Frank. Mana, when Jeff Mack pulled the string on Klaus, he whispered, "You better not be a Democrat." I don't know if that's exactly what he said. He didn't like it. I'll tell you that. Klaus doesn't like it. He likes eating things he ain't supposed to, but he doesn't like them being retrieved. Meta, yeah, I do. I just don't have the doll hairs. But I'm saving up. Absolutely, MU. I appreciate you. All right, hooligans, let's do the thing. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's figure out who we're raiding over on Rumble. I don't know what day it is. Wednesday? What does this do? I don't want to do that. How do I undo that? Ungroup. I don't know what I almost did. Brave browser about made me shit my pants in front of everybody. Anyways, getting back to what we were trying to do here other than defecate in my pants. Let's see. Who have we raided today? Who did we raid yesterday? What have we been doing? I'm trying to think. Zero, do you know? Who did we raid yesterday? I cannot remember. Oh, Zero. Yeah, and I never heard back from Raja. I did send an email and I never got a response back. I cannot remember who we raided yesterday. I know we raided somebody either yesterday or the day before, and they did not acknowledge us, but they were having issues. I think it was Robert that we raided. Yesterday was Italian. Thank you, Zero. Okay, so today it is the Rotella. It's a Rotella kind of day. He's an hour and 30 minutes in. Good time for a raid. We're going to raid the Rotella. Yeah, you hooligans over on Rumble, you guys knew. You knew. My brain's just not working. It's been a stressful day. We good? We're good. Make sure you hit that like button as soon as you land, you hooligans. It's raiding time.
The president wanted me to bring the FBI director out to share that with all of you today. So, Cash, please, thank you for being here. Thanks.
Well, would you look at that, everybody? A raid from Mr. Mac. Do you believe it? A raid from Mr. Mac. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's go say hi to some hooligans, everybody. Who do we got inside the dome from the hooligans? Who do we got? Classic Quack joining us. Sly Dog joining us. Jeff Mack says happy freedom. Happy freedom to Jeff Mack, everybody. Welcome in, hooligans. We got Cass joining us. Hello, Cass. Don't Stop Believin', saying ballyho to the hooligans. Have you been in the back row this whole time, Don't Stop Believin'? Beck inside the chat, ballyho, everybody. Jeff Mack says, I hope you're having a great live. I am, Jeff. I heard you had some troubles earlier. Did you have some troubles? Little Rumble troubles? X-Fry joining us, ballyho X-Fry. You know who also used to be an X-Fryer? President Trump. He used to work the fries at McDonald's. And now look at where he is. We got Magic Moon joining us, ballyho Magic Moon. Stoner with a boner. One of my favorites to say. Let's take a look, my friends. If you're not following Jeff Mack, Jeff says I was, but it's all good. I'm glad you're doing good today. Doing great, Jeff. Thank you, my man. Look at this guy. There he is right there. Jeff Mack, my friends. If you're not following Jeff Mack, make sure to follow Jeff Mack. Sharon's here. If you wouldn't mind putting it in the chat.
Is yet to come.
You're right, JT. The best is yet to come now that you hit that follow button. Well, guys, you joined.
Best is yet to come.
X-Fry, you're right. The best is yet to come now that you hit that follow button.
Is yet to come.
Well, JT, you're right. The best is yet to come now that you just hit that follow button. All right. Thank you, guys. Jeff Mack, hooligans, we're about to watch today's White House press conference. If you didn't watch it with Mr. Mack earlier today, hang out with the Dome. We got a great chat. I'll take it from here, Jeff. Thank you so much, my man. Ballyho to Jeff Mack, everybody. Very cool. We're just at...
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Very good job. It's always fun to raid Rotella. Seems he's having some synchronization issues, unless that's just on my end. So I do have that notification saying I need to reset the PC because of an update or whatever. So maybe that was my fault. I don't know. But either way, it was still a very good raid. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Like I said, reading through. Russell, don't shit yourself. It's one of those involuntary things. Zero, yeah, Robert had issues. I couldn't remember if that was yesterday or the day before. Rotella is fun. He's a cool guy. Hey, thanks for being with us, Obnoxious Guy. Enjoy the rest of your day. I thought that was funny. He brought up President Trump used to be a fry cook. Used to work at McDonald's. Now look at him. He's president. Hey, thanks for being with us, Cass. Enjoy the rest of your day. Plus, great. It's Wednesday. It is. Thanks for being with us, Plastic Quag. Thank you, Mana. Met a ballyho. Meta, I'll check it out. I'm gonna go to the post office a couple times this week. I'm gonna go there tomorrow, and then I'll probably go Friday, and I might even check it again on Monday because we had Veterans Day yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It's been a busy week, so I'll check it a couple times. Oh, I'll check that out, Salty Ginger. Thank you for letting me know. Because I actually do need to find a new dentist. And they got a bunch of there's nothing wrong with welfare if you need it, but I live in a subsidy hellhole. And so everything here is like based on welfare. And so I've called a bunch of dentists and stuff to get my teeth cleaned because it's been 10 years. And I'm not going to look very good if I ain't got teeth in my head. And every time I call, there's a waiting list and all this nonsense. And they want to know if I got insurance or Medicaid or Medicare. And I ain't got nothing. I ain't even got 2 nickels to rub together. But I can't even get on the phone with anybody because they just assume that everybody's on welfare and shit around here. It's rough. So thank you for that information, Salty Ginger. So I got to find somebody new to go to. Hey, thanks for being with us, Zero. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sly Dog, a nude dentist? I mean, they're not usually nude until I get there, but we'll see, Sly Dog. We'll see. Salty Ragu, yeah, it was Italian yesterday. Italiano. All right, hooligans, it looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys for being here and putting up with my bullshit, especially from my giant cat. I know he's a problem. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. Find yourself some good food, have fun, and be safe. I will try and do the same. And make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.